the kind of city where no matter how many tourists flood the streets, the history refuses to fade. The soul of this place isn't for sale.
There's a debris signature like right under that couplet, so let's wait one more scan. But if you lived over there near Black Creek or Seymour, I'd be keeping a close eye on that. It should be outflow dominant, so I don't think that it's anything. Our outflow boundary is here, but I just want to double check. That could be, like you can see like over here, like those are probably buildings or some sort of contamination there being picked up on our radar. Interesting. You see this right here? Those yellows? That's our, I think that's our onshore winds. I think that's our onshore winds. It might actually be helping the storm a little bit. As over water, that is one thing I failed to mention when I was explaining that, is that over water, there's winds coming off of the bay. Could be a little bit stronger. That might actually be helping that a little bit there. Definitely some stronger wind coming into our storm now, on the leading edge of it. We've got some broad circulation on it still, but it'll be interesting to see how this wind impacts this. We haven't had a confirmed tornado out of any of these storms in Wisconsin yet, but unless this thing goes outflow dominant, we might be able to make an argument here for a last-minute tornado as it comes into the bay. It's like a top though, like a spinning top. It's pretty fickle. And it's like one of those spinning tops that are like losing its rotation, right? Like kind of wobbling on that line of, you know, is it going to become outflow dominant? Is that cold air off the bay going to impact it? Or will it help it by increasing the winds really that are kind of pushing into the storm right now? So it'll be interesting to see how it is. Regardless, though, if you live in Encanto, Wisconsin, I would still be in your safe spots there as we monitor the storm. I still don't think that there is a tornado in progress right now, but it's definitely still worth respecting it and being in your safe spots. Let me try refreshing this camera to see if it tries to come back up. It was interesting there that it worked for like 3 seconds. We'll see. We'll keep on refreshing it. Yeah. Still outflow dominant over here near Seymour. Doesn't seem like that signal was legitimate, as far as I can tell.
Yes.
Let me check.
I think she should still...
Yeah, I don't think that was legitimate. I think we were dealing with some sort of contamination there.
I'm seeing a debris...
I'm gonna check on these storms a little bit further up to the north. Yeah. It's only this storm right now that has really any areas of rotation here.
I'm not.
Yeah, our latest scan puts our rotation now just to the west of 41. heading, gonna be kind of in between Colon and Oconto if it stays on its current track. Getting a hook. It's had a hook for a while now. Yeah, latest scan though, still broad circulation. So although we are getting stronger winds from we monitored an event over here in Chicago. Chicago is quite prone to tornadoes because of its interactions with its part of the lake there. It's a little bit more rare here further up to the north because the lake is usually a little bit cooler. But it's not impossible. We also see that interaction happen quite a lot on an ocean. Like on the eastern portion of Florida, you get those onshore winds and you can get those random water spouts and tornadoes, especially when they're not even like, there's no like tornado risk down there. Sometimes you just get a weird interaction between a lake boundary and a storm, and then all of a sudden you got this unexpected tornado. We've covered a couple of those before. Sometimes those can even become strong. What about Shaw? Oh, for now, they're fine. We don't have any like major flooding happening right now, but if that continues to kind of just pile over, this biggest risk in the Sioux Fall area is for some flash flood, and we don't have a flash flood warning right now. But I would tell him to keep an eye on the roads, and if he lives near a creek, to keep an eye on that and be prepared to seek higher ground. If these storms kind of sit around for a long time, you can see they've been there for already a decent amount of time. Let me see how fast our rainfall rates are out here. I mean, they're not particularly strong, but we are a little bit close to the radar, so we might be getting a little bit of a messed up reading there, unfortunately. But as far as I can tell, the rainfall rates aren't insane. So it'll take a little bit for that to actually cause some decent flooding. It's not going to just happen all at once, I don't think. Now, let me make sure we fix our traffic camera here near the Green Bay area. You can see off in the distance, it is getting darker on this camera in Green Bay. And some pretty strong winds, but there's been decent winds here all day today. No tornado on the ground right now, but we do have a tornado warning near Oconto, Wisconsin. The storm in Nebraska hits Sioux Falls? Nah, this one's going to be going mainly to the south. Maybe like near Sioux City or like Omaha. Could see these later on. Let's check our latest velocities on this. Yeah, still some pretty strong winds here on the leading edge and some decent winds on behind still. Still got those grays in between though.
New information.
Oh wow, tornado. Public confirmed tornado on this storm. Interesting. This is apparently a tornado on the ground here near Colon and Oconto. I wonder if this thing has latched onto that sea breeze or that lake breeze boundary and has maybe produced a brief tornado in between Colon and Oconto. Not really sure how they would know. And that's a tornado? Given the fact that it's completely rain wrapped, but maybe somebody got hit by it. So if you live in there in a Colon, we now have a confirmed tornado that is in progress here in Wisconsin. This is a tornado on so you need to be in your safe spots. Out over here near Colon is probably where this thing is closest to, but it's going to be coming somewhere in between Colon and Oconto. Our tornado would be located right here in this area. And again, this is a public confirmed tornado. That's usually the least reliable source to get a confirmation on, but I would take it seriously just in case they're right. In between Colon and Oconto, definitely would prefer you guys to be in your safe spot. Again, as the lowest, most interior room of your house, as many walls in between you and the outside as humanly possible, a tornado shelter or a basement that is underground. One of the things that, you know, we tend to get sometimes with these storms is, you know, we'll get a report but nothing happens. But this is kind of a unique scenario. We're getting pretty close to the shore. You could definitely make an argument that the public is right on this one. There is some increased onshore flow. This might be a little like lake boundary that's like that storm is latched onto, maybe briefly increasing the vorticity in the area. it makes sense that it could be one. So it's not one of those scenarios where it doesn't really make sense that a tornado is happening here at all, and this is probably a fake report. It's not one of those scenarios. It definitely could be. So if I was there in Colon and Oconto, I'd be in your safe spots. One of the things that we're definitely not seeing on radar, though, is a confirmation. There's no debris signature. There's no type velocity couplet. So we're not seeing a debris ball with this storm. So we can't confirm it on radar, but I would trust the public's report here just to be safe. Hey, thank you, Brett, for the $20. Thank you so much. Storm southeast of Seymour. I mean, yeah, it's got a hook, but let me see what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, it has a hook. Yeah. There's some here. No debris signature, but there's definitely something there south of Seymour. I wouldn't say it's strong rotation. We also have a lot of weird radar contamination, but there's a little area of rotation there south of Methodist Church area and Chicago Corners. This is not warned, but I would keep your eye out on this storm near West DePerry and just north of Little Rapids, in and along Highway 41. We can actually get our camera right in the path of this, I believe. Yeah, this one. I think there's cameras down there, just north of Appleton. Let's see. Yeah, there's DePerry? I mean, we want to be just like south of there, so like right here. Do we have a sky view on any of these? Where's this one looking? Might be able to see it with this camera. A little bit too far to the south, though. We're gonna have to be like right in this inlet. We'll probably go for a direct intercept. Just see what the storm is like down there. Maybe it won't be tornado warning, and maybe we can publicly confirm there's a tornado on this storm before it even gets warned. Hopefully not. Hopefully it gets warned before then, but these cameras can be important for that reason. Oh, De Pere. Gotcha. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that camera down there. It's located pretty much right in this area. There's our little hook down here. And our area of circulation is actually back over here, which is kind of in a weird spot of the storm. So I'm not sure if that's legitimate or not. Again, when you get really close to the radar, you see all these like little spikes coming off of the radar. That's all just jumbled up mess. You know, you got buildings in the path of this storm, in between the radar beam and the storm, and things get a little bit jumbled up as this thing comes close to the radar. So unfortunately, we're not going to have the best view of this storm, but we do have traffic cameras in the path, so that might help us. Let's come up here towards Encanto, where we have a tornado on the ground here southeast of Colon, about to exit off of the coast here, about to go over the water. Once it does so, that tornado chance is going to really dive off a cliff before entering into like Jacksonport or Valmy or near Sturgeon Bay or near Egg Harbor or even near Little Sturgeon. So hopefully, yeah, looks like they're going to allow this tornado warning to expire. There you go. As it exits off of the coast, this tornado is no longer going to be a threat. If it's still on the ground, it's a water spout now. So it's not a threat to land anymore. So Oconto, Colon can all come out of their safe spots as they are letting this tornado warning expire further up to the north. And I think that's going to mean that we are now at 0 tornado warnings, which is quite the shift in vibes in comparison to what we just had. Yeah, that's interesting. We didn't get a tornado all day in Wisconsin until it interacted with that lake breeze. That's all. That's what it needed. It needed just a little bit more oomph. Let's come back down here. I do want to make sure we're going to intercept this correctly. Yeah, it looks like there's going to be rotation. It's going to be coming near, right near there, which is pretty much right where our camera is. Let me get a radar on here, just so we can watch that as it comes through. We don't have any tornado warnings right now, so we don't have to be staring at it constantly. But Well, we can still have the radar down here in the bottom left. Keeping an eye on this storm. Our camera is pretty much right here in Wisconsin. And we have this portion of the storm, which did have a little bit of rotation, but it's kind of hard to tell now because it's near that radar. So, unfortunately, it's going to be kind of hard to tell just how much rotation is inside of this storm from this point on until it comes out over there near Humboldt. But we're going to be watching it with this camera. We're going to see if we see anything as this comes through. If we see anything, I don't think so. Just based off of what we saw before the signal got jumbled, getting too close to the radar. But always good to be safe than sorry. And we've got a camera that's pretty much directly in the path of this storm right now. If I come out of it, you see, click on here. Here's another camera, more in the central portion of the road here. This is another good camera to right next to where that camera we were just looking at. Stanton County EMA camera. Is that on like Radar Omega or something? Or is that like on a website? Storm should be coming in here any moment. You know, we might want to go just a tad bit south of this camera. Seems like the worst of it's going to go south of here. Like to like... Maybe even this. Let's see what this camera's looking like. Yeah, definitely some stronger winds coming into here. Again, this storm right now is warned for 60-mile-per-hour winds, and that's going to be coming into Wrightstown shortly. Shots, you can send it to me on X, or you can join our Discord and post them in the weather chat. Here's our Discord link is in the chat if you guys want to join. If I'm not live, it's a good place to get information. Everybody's always buzzing about some type of weather. You got a warning that you want more information, you can always come over to the Discord, ask questions and stuff. All right, so let's turn off all this now. Go back over to here since we don't have any more tornado warnings right now. And there's still a little bit of broad circulation on this storm. I can kind of see it. Even though it's close to the radar, I can still kind of see it in there. Doesn't appear to be on the ground though. That just crossed over where our camera was. And we didn't see any debris getting lofted up. It's pretty much directly over that road right now. Let me come back over it here.
Come on. Big rain.
Appleton has got some rain coming. That's pretty much it. Probably won't get any severe weather. Thank you, Adam, for joining the Discord. Welcome to Ray, The Wide, and Michael for joining the. Welcome to the Discord.
Where the hell am I?
Yeah, I mean, there's been no debris there, so I think we got broad circulation there, but that's pretty much it. Nothing like on the ground there. Thank you, Lori in the Midwest, for subscribing. Thank you so much. All right, guys, I need some water. Let me get some water real quick. I'm running it on E. something not so fun that we can do. A prediction. I think that if this storm over here is going to produce a tornado, it's going to do so, or at least start to try to do so right here. If it's going to. Now, I'm not saying it's going to, but if it were to do so, I would say it happens right here. And maybe produces like right here. So producing here, starting to produce there near Denmark. Like an increase of rotation. Another little area of rotation developing just off of the tip of this little peninsula here near Weinger Pond. Not strong by any means. It's pretty outflow dominant though, so it might not do it. What happened to our camera? Over here, did it catch anything? Wasn't paying attention. Oops. Do like a time lapse. See if we got any shelf. Did we get any shelf action? This is near Green Bay. People getting boats. That's good. Oh yeah. There was a little shelf. And a bug. A spider. Jeez Louise. Jump scare. Did it get blown off the camera? Oh yeah. Yeah, we missed a shelf. But at least it happened on YouTube, so we can go back. There's a little bit of a shelf. Nothing too crazy. Big old wall of rain on the right side there. This is live in the storm near Green Bay. See a windsock back over there blowing a little bit. Rather had the spider than the wasp. Yeah, that wasp was crazy. Where did that happen? Was that like in Arkansas? I forget where that wasp happened. We've had a couple wasps land on our cameras before. Let me get that camera. Put it somewhere else. It's on the main screen. There we go. I'm back over here. Hear some thunder? Nice. Thunder's fun. Where do I get my camera from? A bunch of different places. We got traffic cameras. This camera that we have on the bottom left, that one near Green Bay, is a city camera. You know, you can't use cameras that are like owned by news agencies. They're pretty strict about that. But traffic cameras are good. Like city-owned cameras are good. I couldn't get through your screen. Yeah. Let's come check back over here near Nebraska. Oh, yeah. Very outflow dominated storms right now near Loop City. Good news, but some damaging wind is still possible and some hail of up to half-dollar sized hail to quarter-sized hail. Heading towards Overton, Sumner, and Mason City. That is eventually going to be moving towards Litchfield, Pleasanton, Riverdale, and Kearney, Nebraska in a little bit. Also a lot of showers and thunderstorms entering into Kansas near Colby, heading towards Oakley, and then back over here near Wyoming. Have a little supercell back over here near Case, heading down towards Sussex. Raise your hand if you guys want to see a jump scare. Only if it's not a wasp. It's not a wasp, I can tell you that for sure. It's definitely not a wasp. Wow, so many people raising their hands.
No tornado warning that I can see.
It makes it look like it's jumping at you. Apparently somebody caught a spider in their house. Kitten lover. Hey, you guys rose your hands. I asked you for your permission and you guys said yes. So that's on you. You brought that upon yourself. Michael's calling it a cute spider. You caught it. That spider is huge. That's the kind of spider you don't catch and just go out to your local Walmart and Google how to make a flamethrower and then you burn the whole house down. What even kind of spider is that? I mean, look at this thing. Like, in comparison to her hand. Or his hand.
This fucking rain.
I always assume kitten lover is a girl. But maybe it's a dude. I don't know. I don't know. Wait, what if I zoom in? Not too scary. Ah! Oh, you got some dirt under your fingernail. I kid. Is it tarantula? No. That's too small, I think, to be a tarantula. A wolf spider? Yikes. Lot scurry. Yeah, this is mainly just an outflow dominant line of storms now going into the Morrison area that eventually is going to be pushing into Denmark. I'm going to say the most eventful thing that's going to happen out of this is maybe some power outages. But probably the coolest thing about this storm, the most positive thing about this storm, is going to be literally cool. It's going to cool your temperatures down like quite a bit. Let's see what you guys are battling over there on the coast. Probably nothing too crazy because you guys do got the lake next to you and you guys have been getting a little bit of a sea breeze. 84 over 75. I mean, that's not nothing. So yeah, you guys will be getting a cool down. It's worth it. 5 minutes to, it's not going to be the power outage that lasts for more than like an hour. It'll probably be like, if you do get a power outage, it might be for like 5 to 15 minutes. Because it'll probably be like one tree. But, plus side, it's, you can go outside without dying. Unless you have those kind of spiders that Kitten Lover has outside as well. Wolf spiders can get obscenely large. Jeez Louise. The biggest spider that I have seen recently has been one like this big. Like, that's about the limit on where I'm like, okay, that spider's got some, that spider is looking thick. But like when I see a spider this big, that's flamethrower territory. I'm not going near that thing. And you don't even try to flamethrower the spider. You just burn down the building it's in. It's easier that way. Spiders get a bad rap. They eat bugs. Well, the thing about spiders that freaks me out is my friend got bit by, I think it was a brown recluse or something like that. And like, I forget what kind of spider it was. It might have been a brown recluse. It's the one that like rots your flesh. He has like a hole in his calf. Not like a hole, but like a chunk missing out of his calf. Like ever since I saw that was possible, like spiders, especially of those kind of varieties, because they can just bite you whenever, you know? Like you never know when they're lurking. You don't see them that often.